So how did you get into writing and playing music?
I got into writing and playing music, I think from my parents. My dad's a writer and my mom has the best music taste of all time and always showed me the coolest music growing up and the coolest rock music. Yeah, I don't know, I've just always been so passionate about music and I always wanted to be a singer and I started taking piano lessons at a young age, but I just never really knew it was possible. So I think like the age that I started really taking it seriously as more of a job than a hobby was probably like 13, 14. Goody?
I was super emo and bored and started playing guitar when I was 4. And then I got a laptop when I was 10 for Christmas. And then I started making beats in GarageBand. And that's all I ever wanted to do. I've never done anything else.
So how do you two feel growing up in LA or Canada affected maybe your music or your process?
I mean, growing up in LA, I know it sounds surprising, but I don't think it affected my songwriting in any way or like anything about that part of my life. I think growing up in LA definitely brought a whole new like creative vibe to my world, if that makes sense. Like I feel like I was way more interested in music and passionate about all this like artistic-y things because of Los Angeles, and it was so like open and everybody was doing that and it was encouraged in a sense. But in the sense of like negatively, I don't really think it influenced anything because I grew up in Malibu too, which is a little outside of LA and it's kind of just like a little pocket. I don't even know, but yeah, I think it like it's a positive impact on me for sure.
I think where I'm from, I came from a really small town called Selkirk, Manitoba. It's winter like 9 months of the year. It's super gray, cold, and dark, and there's like 8,000 people. So
It's super emo.
I actually know where that is.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm from Niagara Falls, New York. So all my friends are from Canada.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think that it completely made me who I am. I kind of like live and die for my town. I love it so much. Most of my music's about where I'm from. I think I'm very much synonymous with my hometown, so I don't think I'd be who I am or make the music I did if I didn't grow up there.
I'm like full opposite end.
I literally, on my arm, I have a maple leaf for the country. I have the shape of my province right on my veins, and then I have the water tower that's in the middle of my town up here. Yeah, but I hated it.
Die hard.
Yeah, but I hated it growing
Sir,
up.
all Canadians have some Canadian tattoo on them. All my friends do.
100%.
I had to
I
leave
remember.
to appreciate it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated it growing up.
So who are your biggest influences as an artist?
Ooh, mine for sure are Bowie, Iggy Pop, Joni Mitchell, Fiona Apple, Mazzy Star, Patti Smith. I don't know, I could go on and on. I love like the rock legends and then the power fucking female rock legends as well.
Yes, I like a lot of different music. My first influence is probably Elvis. I have a tattoo of him on my arm as well. Most of the things I have tattoos of, I'm a fan of. I have a lot of like musical themed tattoos. I like a lot of punk music. I'm really into Blink-182, the Misfits and the Smiths, and I like Bob Dylan, and I like Young Thug, and Playboy Cardi.
Short list.
And Taylor Swift.
So which of your songs have been most meaningful to create for yourselves?
God Must Be Doing Cocaine for mine, which is one that just came out. I think it's the most important thing I've like ever written about, ever spoken about, ever said in a song. And I know it sounds like a little pretentious to say because it's like I'm talking about my own music, but I don't know. I always, I think it's like write what you know, write what you feel. And I always write about like boys or breakups or this or friends and stuff, and I've always wanted to be able to speak about something bigger than that, and I feel like I finally was able to get my emotions out about, other world and issues and all that stuff in that song. So that's the most important.
My most important song to me is called Rest Your Eyes. It's really sad. I almost cry every night when I play it. It's just like an acoustic song. Yeah, you should have a listen.
Let's see, if you could collaborate with any artist, who would it
Ew, you go first.
I want a song that is me. It's a duet of me and Taylor Swift, but it's produced by Juicy J.
Charlie's going, yo, bro.
That's my dream collab. And like for some reason, like there's like folk instruments played by the Lumineers for like spiritual.
Okay.
I'm not joking.
This song now.
I'm not joking.
Shit, I have no idea. It's really hard to beat that one. Mine would probably be Justin Vernon from Bon Iver. I think he's
I think you said
fucking
Justin
genius.
Bieber.
Just produced by Justin Bieber. No, I don't know. Yeah, probably Justin Vernon. I've always said that I look like my number one idol, even though I didn't even fucking name them. With like all the other musicians that's living is Justin Vernon. I think he's a genius and such a cool dude and the best writer. So I'd love to like write a song with him. It'd be a dream collab.
That's great.
Alright, so what do you two enjoy most about being on your first headline tour?
This isn't my first technically. A little bit. I think it's my second or third. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
I have no concept of time. But I mean, I'm having so much fun. We've been having the most fun on tour. It's just so chill because we've been friends forever before this too. So it's just like, it's literally just chill. Like we just hang out. Like it's so fun.
Shows.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. It's my favorite thing to do.
Sounds like a good
I
time.
like playing shows. I think I could be on tour forever. When I'm
You're
making,
such a tour person.
yeah, when I'm making music, the only thing I'm thinking of is like, oh, will this be fun to play live? And if it's not, I don't make the song.
No way.
Mhm.
I have a different mindset. I love creating more than I like touring. I like being in the studio. Like I'm such a person that can be in a dark room for 48 hours and like not know what time of day it is and just be so happy
me
just
too.
making music. But I like touring. It's fun too. It's fun. My thing is like right when I get on stage, mic in hand, like fucking best thing ever and I'm so happy. But then it's all the other aspects of it. It does get tiring and you have to be a specific type of person to be able to like really handle living on a bus, sleeping in a coffin, eating shit every day,
That's my favorite
I
thing. I take all of these. Yeah, I'll see
Okay, so how has your music evolved since the beginning?
I think my music's always evolving. If you listen to all the songs I have out, they're all really different. Some songs are just like hip hop songs, some like acoustic, some like punk songs. Because I think like the range of the music I like comes through the music I create. So I think it's always evolving. I never really want to make something that sounds like the last thing I made.
Honestly, like I want to steal that answer because I feel the exact
You
same
can
way.
just
No,
do
it's
it.
I'm the exact same. It's like my music will change by the music that I love to listen to and the things that I'm inspired by constantly, and also just like I think your music should grow with you as you grow as a human being. I don't think anything should stay the same. It's the same as like real life shit. Like I'm not the same as I was when I was 16, and nobody should be. Like it's really weird if you are. So yeah.
I think that's a fun thing of being a solo artist too, because I feel like when you're in a band, you have to like lock into having a sound more, and when it's just you can kind of make whatever. So like,
Change whatever you want to do.
yeah, I got like some folk songs, and like on my upcoming album, I have like some songs where I scream.
I love that.
Yeah, for real.
You're like I'm not joking
I
about
have like some screamo shit, some rap stuff. So I think it's just fun to play around.
100%. That's funny that you said that. Because as a solo artist too, it's kind of like you're more of a person than you are just like
Right.
a piece of music. If that
Once
makes
you're a
sense.
band, you're like
You're like
yeah.
a music thing, and it's like you
Right.
have your specific
Sounds,
sound, and like you listen for that sound in a band. But as like a solo artist, it's like, oh, you're this person. You can kind of just put out whatever, and it's like
Mhm.
people are gonna hate it or love it, but it's like you do it. You know?
Yeah, bands usually go more like albums
Yeah.
sound, but I feel like solo artists kind of go more song by song. It's probably my answer as far as yeah. Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Say everybody.
So, what is your ultimate goal as an artist, maybe other than playing with Taylor Swift?
I feel like this is like kind of weird. I feel like I'm in like a intervention or something. I want to.
His parents come out.
It's like maybe fall on the tongue. I want to. Honestly, like I said, music was like the only thing there for me growing up, and I just really looked up to like the artists I like, the music I like, and hold on to them so dearly that I feel like I want like kids that are alone out there to hold on to me and like look to me the way I look to the things that saved and like changed my life.